Row context, the counterpart of filter context. In this video I give a quick and clear explanation about what row context is and how it works. Hi, my name is 𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙚 and welcome to the channel. This is the second video about context evaluation. If you missed the first part about filter context, you find a link in the description. We have a dashboard here about the top 1000 movies by the IMDb ratings. We have some slicers, some metrics based on decades, a matrix rating by genre, and another matrix top 10 movies. The top 10 movies with the ratings are tricky because if the 10th movie has a rating of 8.8 and the following movies have the same rating, it's gonna show all the movies. So it's more than 10 movies right now. Here is a movie counter, shows 1000 movies, and the total length is the length of the movies in minutes. 1000 movies and more than 123,000 minutes. It is calculated by the 𝙤𝙗 function, which is an iterator. Iteration means that the function goes row by row on a table and calculates a value for each row. In the case of 𝙤𝙗, it calculates the length of the movie in each row, which is the length of the given movie, and it aggregates the values at the end. Important to note, the row context doesn't filter the table. It identifies in which row the calculation happens. The rows in the visuals are not row context. The row context exists only in the tables. The rows in the visual are actually filters and they contribute to the whole filter context of the report. The iteration of the row context always happens in the filter context. The filter context predetermines what filtered table is going to be iterated. Let's set some filters on the report. We select the director and we select only the movies of the 2010s. As you can see, the movie counter dropped down to 4 movies with a total length of 587 minutes. And the filter table looks like this. The 𝙤𝙗 function iterates over each row, calculating the sum of the length in the given row and aggregating it at the end. To demonstrate the row by row iteration of the calculation, we are going to use a nested 𝙤𝙗 for the length. How it works is the outer 𝙤𝙗 goes row by row, calculating the inner 𝙤𝙗, which is calculating a gain inside every single row by row, the 𝙤𝙗 of every single row, and aggregates them at the end. So we will have a value of 587 multiplied by 4 in every cell. If we want to avoid the aggregation, we can use the calculate function, which executes a context transition. It turns row context into filter context. Let's go back to the aggregated version of normal length for a second. The row context in the table doesn't filter the values. This is how 𝙤𝙗 functions. It goes row by row, iterates all the movies, and then aggregates the value. And this is the same thing happening here, with the exception that all the values are filtered here by the title column. For example, Interstellar, 169 minutes. This value is the calculation of the same function, but filtered only to the movie Interstellar. The calculation is executed on a smaller filter table. The iteration happens here too, but there is only one single row. So it goes through the row and it aggregates all the values from all the rows at the end, which is the same value. And all the values are calculated separately in a different filter context. By the movie Inception, the same thing happens, but in a different filter context. Again, 𝙬x iterates over each row in the row context and aggregates the values. That's exactly what we see here. I hope this video was helpful and you enjoyed it. If you want to see similar ones in the future, hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time.